Today we're checking out Vronos Masked Inquisitor in Oathbreaker and seeing what signature spells might be best with them. Vronos costs 5 mana and starts at 5 loyalty. +1, up to 2 other target planeswalkers you control phase out at the beginning of the next end step. -2, for each opponent return up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls to its owner's hand. -7, target artifact you control becomes a 9/9 construct artifact creature and gains vigilance indestructible, and this creature can't be blocked. So Vronos seems to want you to do a Planeswalker tribal thing, Super Friends. And phasing out Planeswalkers shores up the big weakness that Planeswalkers have. Now they can't die in combat on your opponent's turns. It is a shame he can't phase himself out, but it's still really good. There are 36 options for Planeswalkers in mono blue and colorless. That's a fair amount to choose from, but the downside is it's mono blue. A lot of the Planeswalkers do similar things, blue things. And that's one of the reasons I feel like a signature spell that steals your opponent's planeswalkers is the way to go here. Blatant Thievery for 7 mana. For each opponent, gain control of target permanent that player controls. And Tempted by the Auric. At 4 mana. For each opponent, gain control of up to 1 target creature or planeswalker that player controls with mana value 3 or less. That one's a little hit or miss, but I really do like the spell. I figure if you can get 1 planeswalker off it on average and just like 2 creatures, that's still pretty good. Mass Manipulation can also steal planeswalkers. I feel like for the mana cost, the other 2 are probably better, but I don't know. So, my understanding is phasing out your opponent's planeswalkers that you control. When they phase back in, you will still control them, unlike blinking. Be clear though, this is a mean play. This is a mean game plan, because their whole deck revolves around their Oathbreaker and or their signature spell, which they also cannot cast now because they don't control their planeswalker. A bounce spell would also make a really good signature spell. Consuming Tide for 4, each player chooses a non-land permanent they control. Return all non-land permanents not chosen this way to their owner's hand. Then you draw a card for each opponent who has more cards in hand than you. This is great because you can +1 to phase out 2 of your planeswalkers, breaking the symmetry of the card. This one also lets you keep Vronos, but there are other ones like Coastal Breach, which just bounce all the non-land permanents. Maybe that would be better. Any signature spell with Proliferate is always a good option for Planeswalker Tribal also. We could also pick a signature spell that synergizes with the -7, creating an artifact token that we can turn into a 9/9 later. I do feel like this is a bit of a waste of the signature spell slot though. Personally, I would plan on turning an artifact land or a mana rock into a creature, but hey, maybe that's what excites you about this Planeswalker in the first place, and if that's the case, maybe Urza's Command is what you're looking for. It can create a tapped Power Stone token, which is itself an artifact, but it also creates a tapped 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token with. This creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. This works especially nice because its base power is 0/0. When you -7 Vronos, it becomes base power 9/9. And it still gets that +1/+1 for each other artifact you control, including the Power Stone token. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy one of my other Planeswalker Tribal Oathbreaker videos. Feel free to click any of these 3 end screens, and I will see you there.